One Zambia, one nation. Hello and welcome to our news. To present, my name is Henry Himonde. A look at the headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema visits Matero's aged community. Government allocates 5.9 million kwacha for modern intercity bus station. Supply of drugs normalizes in Chavuma district. And Chipolopolo African Legends game ticket sales launched. And now the news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema says government is committed to addressing the challenges faced by Zambians, including the vulnerable people. Mr. Hichilema said the government is keen to solve problems, saying it will do everything possible to ensure that the challenges are addressed, including the escalating prices of mealie meal. The head of state said this today when he visited Matero Aftercare Center in Lusaka, where he donated some food and cleaning materials. Mr. Hichilema commended management at Matero Aftercare Center for doing a good job by complimenting government's efforts in taking care of the vulnerable people in society. Mr. Hichilema also assured the people of Zambia that his job now is to ensure that prices of mealie meal are brought down. And Lusaka Province Minister Shehu Mulyata said government will continue looking after the vulnerable people in the country regardless of their status. Meanwhile, Matero Aftercare Operations Committee Chairperson Helen Samatebele, who thanked the president for visiting the center, said his visit will be an eye-opener for more organizations to come on board and help the center.
Free education yaoneka. Vana vaenda kuma school at madesks achepa. Tigula madesk. Palibe manzi, tika manzi. Taikakale mwambili. Now we are just doing an audit where there is no water. We said, okay, we are going to put there. Palibe maternity wing per clinic, we are putting maternity wing. CDF. Mnaona kale. CDF kuchoka 1.6 million per constituents per year to 28.3 million per constituents per year. Now here in Matero, councillor is here. You have money to sponsor for skills training. Zichonjo. Isenulande boy. Tumane. Limbindebe po. One Zambia, one nation. For the first time in the history of this country, the skills development money is now here in each constituency. Mwana hapuno punzila plumbing, carpentry, metalwork, mwamene mu Matero muno. Vamusanka mu constituency aenda ku training tikamanga classroom block ndiye bricklayer pamene paja apanga ndalama.
Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Permanent Secretary Septem says the ministry has started identifying small enterprises and cooperatives to benefit from the EcoBank SME finance. Speaking when she toured Onset Farm in Lusaka, Ms. Mtelo says her ministry signed an MOU with EcoBank on the 10th of August to help finance SMEs and cooperatives in the country. Here's a report.
Government has prioritized the agriculture sector to ensure food security and poverty reduction in the country. The sector has continued playing a key role in the country's economy as it provides economic opportunities for about 80% of Zambia's population. This is why government and its cooperating partners have joined efforts to render support to local farmers. Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Permanent Secretary, together with EcoBank Acting Managing Director, visited Onset Farm in Makeni, Lusaka, to establish the area of support that the farm needs.
On the 10th of August, we signed an MOU with EcoBank to see how we can help finance our SMEs as Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise. As you are aware, our mandate is to foster growth and development for SMEs and small-scale farmers and cooperatives. So through EcoBank, they came through to the office the other day asking us to do our mandate diligently. And of course, it is our responsibility after signing that MOU to ensure that the cooperatives and the small-scale farmers, all different SMEs are actually accessing finance through EcoBank. So we are identifying the small-scale farmers and SMEs and cooperatives that can also work with EcoBank and access finance from EcoBank. So we are here at Onset Farm because it's one of the farms owned by small-scale farmers, the youths, that we have identified as a ministry to be helped and financed by EcoBank.
An EcoBank acting managing director disclosed the bank's planned interventions meant to mitigate the farm's challenges.
So we came to this farm to see how our own Zambians are contributing to the production of food in the country. And what we came to see is to help how we can assist Onset Farm to grow from where they are. Obviously, to reach where they are, they have invested, they have done some work, but they need help to go to the next level. And that next level is financial. And this is where banks like EcoBank come in. Yeah, so like we've been told their plan is to help with the logistics, how to transport the produce from here, and also how to add value to the tomatoes that are produced, not only here but also at the other farms.
Meanwhile, Onset Farm Director explains more about the farm.
It has helped us to grow like the way we have been growing. The market is there. I will assure you that the market is there. You've seen people from Livingstone. From Kasumberesa, we had about 2 days ago, they got the tomatoes, and also the local the local marketeers also, they've been getting from tomatoes from us. What we just need is to value addition, to make like tomato paste and tomato ketchup, and also to increase on the production, because the market is very huge. The market is very huge. I'll tell you, believe you me, last time when you did visit us, we have received calls from Namibia.
Munachimende for Zanis in Lusaka.
In Eastern Province, the Zambia Compulsory Standards Agency has seized assorted products valued at 50,000 kwacha. Head of Communication Brian Hatyoga says the seized products are an assortment of expired, banned, unregistered, poorly labeled local and imported products for contravening the Compulsory Standards Act No. 3 of 2017. Mr. Hatyoka, speaking during a media briefing in Chipata, said the batches of 66 by 50 kilogram bags of expired poultry feed, which is broiler starter valued at 38,000 kwacha, were seized and removed from the market. Mr. Hatyoka further said different products were seized in Vubwi, Mwami, Chipata, Chadiza and Katete districts during the open market surveillance inspections conducted by the agency in the region.
The board under the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry has seized an assortment of expired, banned, unregistered, poorly labeled local and imported products in Eastern Province valued at 50,000 kwacha. These products have been seized for contravening the Compulsory Standards Act No. 3 of 2017. Batches of 66 times 50 kilograms bags of expired poultry feed valued at 38,280 were seized on premises and removed from the market here in Eastern Province. Further, an assortment of expired, banned, poorly labeled and registered local and imported products, namely round pin plugs, filament bulbs, peanut butter, fruit-flavored drinks, bottled drinking water, biscuits, margarine, synthetic detergents, shoe polish, primary dry batteries, among others, valued at 11,465 kwacha were seized and removed from the market here in Eastern Province, and these products are awaiting disposal. This countrywide market surveillance program is aimed at ensuring continued compliance of products with compulsory standards to protect consumers in line with the agency's mandates. We also wish to appeal to the public to report any suspicious product that they see on the market, products that are expired, products that are substandard, products that are not meeting the standard of the market, let them report to us.
Government has allocated 5.9 million kwacha for a modern intercity bus station in Kabwe district, which is expected to be completed by the end of October this year. Kabwe District Commissioner Lennox Shimwambwa says the completion of the intercity bus station will optimize revenue collection for the local authority. Here are the details.
It is supposed to be the intercity bus station in Kabwe, but the works had stalled for a long time. However, the government has committed 5.9 million kwacha for its completion.
For over 5, 6, 7 years, this project had stalled due to lack of funds, and so we have picked it up as a new Don government. The last batch that has been released, or that was released some 2-3 months ago, was 5.9 million, and we're expecting a completion of this project. You also remember that we were removing street vendors only about a month ago, and subsequently got the taxi drivers, bus drivers into our intra-city bus station. So we have remained with 2 privately owned intercity stations or transit stations, which in the next 2 months, our projection as government is that by end of October, this project must be up and running, meaning that there shall be no big bus shall be stopping in our CBD to move people from one point to another.
Mr. Shimwambwa has since appealed to the local authority to ensure works are expedited, adding that the completion of the intercity bus station will optimize on revenue for the local authority.
Well over 20 million. If we are to be fair with ourselves and what we found and where we are, I think we can do better. Government has committed the remaining 5.7 million. So I appeal to the local authority to ensure that they expedite works. I know that there are different contractors here. Some are just doing the roof. As you can see up there, Zambia National Service was doing the surrounding. It was dumping the gravel and also just making sure that they compact. So we have 2-3 contractors that are working here. But the significance of this project is to say that we will optimize on revenue for the local authority, first and foremost.
Joseph Jerry is the foreman under Bill and Bill Suppliers. He now explains the scope of works being done.
We've been given enforcing and installing the roof systems, mono canopies, and we keep enforcing again the main roof. Sure.
Daniel Billy, Zanis News, in Kabwe District, Central Province.
A soil expert has encouraged small-scale farmers to do soil testing before planting any seed variety. University of Zambia School of Agriculture Sciences Department of Soil Science acting head Hendrix Chalwe has observed that many small, medium and emerging farmers have been recording poor yields as a result of not doing soil tests in order to ascertain what crop will perform well. Details in the following report.
Prudent soil management is essential for any farmer who wants to achieve a good crop yield. This is the more reason smallholder farmers are being encouraged to do soil testing before planting a variety of seed so as to maximize on crop productivity.
Soil testing is important for management purposes. Why is it important? Because it allows you to effectively manage your nutrients, and it allows you to also grow a suitable plant. Because as you know, when you test the soil, you will find out different things about it. You will know its texture.
But one may ask, how much is soil testing?
If you want to know the soil pH, you only pay a 10 kwacha per sample. For things like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, that is only 75 kwacha for each one of them. So if you combine nitrogen, potassium and phosphorus and the pH, then that gives you a total cost of only 235 kwacha.
In the quest to improve agricultural productivity, farmers have been counselled to practice minimum tillage as this will help conserve land.
When they are cultivating, they use just the sections where they just want to plant. If it's a small farm and it's a small section, they can use what we call minimum tillage. In that instance, then they're just planting the hole where they plant the seed. So the soil around it is conserved in terms of it's not being disturbed. And so
there is need to encourage small-scale farmers to invest in soil testing, as this will help them know what nutrient is missing in order to record a bumper harvest. For Zanis, I'm Lakson Makodza.
Lusaka Province Permanent Secretary Robert Kamalata has disbursed empowerment loans amounting to 2.8 million kwacha from the 2022 Constituency Development Fund CDF to 20 successful applicants in Luangwa district. Mr. Kamalata says CDF is a game changer that must be passed on to other beneficiaries to improve their livelihoods. Lou Machila accompanied the PS and brought us this report.
It was a double-header for Lusaka Province Permanent Secretary Robert Kamalata as he handed over a semi-detached teacher's staff house at Mankonkwe Primary School and empowerment loans to 20 successful applicants at Luangwa Civic Center in Luangwa District.
We are here to commission the CDF project. Member of Parliament, I must tell you this, that CDF is a game changer. Not only in Luangwa, not only in Lusaka, but country, all over the country. In Mwamene Muli 20, later we are giving out in the Ramazokwana 2,861,975.
Beneficiaries are elated with the development.
My report to government is just to thank the government because we are seeing the fruition actually under CDF. We're just hearing about CDF. But today we have witnessed where the money is going.
I would be failing in my duties as an educationist not to thank the government of His Excellency, the President Hakainde Hichilema, for empowering youths with survival skills.
However, the gesture came with a caution.
Today we are warning all contractors who want to take advantage of CDF so that they take it in their pocket, so that they can, to them, it is one way of having money. No, that money is for the community.
This is serious business. Let's ensure that we fit into what government is doing. And indeed, yes, through you, we appreciate government policy of empowerment. And I think that if us as beneficiaries, we use this money properly, we are going to intervene in the poverty that we have in this district.
Lou Majila, reporting for Zanis in Luangwa district.
And Mpongwe Central Member of Parliament Gregory Ngowani has urged recipients of loans and grants under the Constituency Development Fund CDF to utilize the resources prudently. Mr. Ngowani has disclosed that his office will embark on a vigorous monitoring exercise of all CDF recipients in order to establish how the funds are being used. Here are the details.
Constituency Development Fund, CDF, has created a positive impact on the community of Mpongwe District. A combined team of officers from the local authority and CDF committee is on a trail to assess the utilization of the funds by various recipients. Chabala Mulundu is CDF committee secretary.
We gave out loans under 2022 CDF totaling to 19 beneficiaries. So out of the 19 beneficiaries so far, about 8 have been very compliant. That is, they've paid the recoveries from the time they got their monies. From the ones that we've seen, I think it's a mixed performance. Some have performed well. We can see that there's progress.
CDF committee chairperson has emphasized on the need for recipients to ensure the funds are fully paid back.
I'm one of those people that are thinking CDF money is money to use it for themselves. It's for the people. And they should know that the money that the government is giving them, they have been utilized.
Meanwhile, recipients of the funds have thanked the New Dawn administration for transforming their businesses through the CDF loan empowerment component.
I'm really grateful to the New Dawn government for the gesture, because if I remember very well, far back we never had such kind of incentives. But today, these are realities.
Noah Kangali for Zanis in Mpongwe.
We now take a break, but still ahead in the news, supply of drugs normalizes in Chavuma district. Stay tuned.
Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to the most happening game show in the motherland. My name is EDNA. I am the People's Bay, and this is Pungwa, the game duo. Now on this show, two celebrities or two influencers compete in a series of games. At the end of it all, somebody gets to walk away with some cool cash, or maybe should I say chipu prize moody, which is one time.
It's not the homicide.
It's what?
Let me think again. No, I think I felt this one.
Grocery.
Grocery stores. That's it.
Especially that I am going to annihilate Mumbai. Well, were you good? Now my spelling is school. I question, yes or no?
What matters to not grudge. The question is, the police officer are good.
I'll put that in cash.
Stop her.
Imagine, that's what I'm thinking about.
Stop her. What?
It is Pungwa, the game duo, and let the celebrity games begin.
Welcome back, and now to Northwestern Province, where government through the Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies Agency, ZAMSA, has normalized the drug supply in Chavuma district. District Medical Director Chola Kafuimbi says ZAMSA has distributed medical center kits to all the 22 health facilities in the district. Pethias Mtale is in Chavuma and brought us this report.
Chavuma is a town in the northwestern province of Zambia, lying immediately south of the border with Angola. This is the reason that Angolans are on a daily basis crossing into Chavuma to seek medical services. Chingi Rural Health Post is located right at the border with Angola, and it is always on the receiving end of Angolans.
Mostly they come without transport, but we always provide ambulances. We call people from DHO, they give us ambulances, we take them. Despite of them being from Angola, but we do give them the services that they need.
Thanks to the Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies Agency, ZAMSA, for flooding medical supplies into Chavuma.
We've seen the percentage of the essential drug availability. I think it has increased from 40 to close to 96% availability. This is, of course, thanks to our government through the efforts that they've brought in through the health center kits. But of course, as you might be aware, as primary health care is free in Zambia, so it means that even to our neighboring bordering neighbors, they access primary health care here in our country at a free service without any charge.
Pethias Mutale for Zanis News in Chavuma, Northwestern Province.
And Northern Province has launched the mass oral polio vaccination program targeting children below the age of 8. Northern Province Permanent Secretary Bernard Mpundu, who was represented by Kasama District Commissioner Elizabeth Goma at the launch, said the vaccination campaign will run from 31st August to 3rd September 2023. Tizaona Mulenga reports that Kasama District Health Office is also targeting over 90,000 children during the exercise.
In an effort to protect children from polio, the disease that causes lifelong paralysis of the legs and hands, the Ministry of Health in Northern Province has launched the polio vaccination exercise. Kasama District Commissioner Elizabeth Goma flagged off the vaccination campaign exercise, which runs from 31st August to 3rd September 2023.
This campaign is important because
It portrays a significant dimension of efforts of humanity towards the fight against preventable diseases. This is a fight against polio. This gives the Ministry of Health and the community at large an opportunity to institute interventions to prevent the spread of the infection. The circulating poliovirus in the environment has the potential to cause infection with incapacitating effects.
The Ministry of Health in Kasama has engaged 1,600 workers to help in the vaccination exercise.
Kasama is ready to vaccinate over 190,000 as a minimum of children aged 8 years and lower. We have mobilized over 1,600 workers, community-based volunteers, and those that will be involved in ensuring that the vials are accounted for.
Dr. Paul Mayaya is provincial health specialist.
Like in our country now, we've recorded some cases of polio, influenza, and our neighboring countries have also recorded cases. So it means that even ourselves, we are at risk. So this is why the government is insisting on these regular cycles of polio.
The polio vaccination campaign is targeting children under the age of 8, and government is undertaking the campaign in 7 provinces. Reporting for Zanis in Kasama, Mtizao Namlinga.
And in Southern Province, over 700,000 children have been targeted for polio vaccination during the 3rd round of polio vaccination campaign to be conducted from August 31st to September 3rd, 2023. Southern Province Permanent Secretary Naman Monze says the province has brought all stakeholders together to ensure all children from 0 to 8 years are reached. Chibunya Nalumpa has details in the following report.
They took turns getting their children vaccinated against polio. This exercise marked the beginning of the polio vaccination campaign in Southern Province. This was at the launch of the provincial campaign hosted at Patoka in Choma District. Southern Province Permanent Secretary Dr. Namani Monze, represented by Assistant Secretary Edson Nachimwenda, wants all children in the province from 0 to 8 years reached with the polio vaccine.
The government is committed to provide quality, cost-effective universal health coverage and ensuring that resources are available for all vaccines, including polio. I wish, therefore, to emphasize that all children under the age of 8 should receive the oral polio vaccine regardless of their vaccination status.
Health authorities in the province are ready for the task.
The vaccination is going to be conducted door to door in the household, in each person's household, and will also be offered at the health facility. Our wish is to vaccinate all the children under the age of 8.
Chief Joma and his subjects have welcomed this exercise but want increased community sensitization.
Obubulwazi nomatata rapati nubasima buku andi nyono mahyali obubulwazi bweredde buti mubwini nkubugwabirira kutobera malayirire kutegwa ibana bonse bagatole ibusiriso obubwandoba kandi negapati kuzigombero izigombero bamwimbuli wabayati mbo bati baparolete tabayandi balo gwamba utedi gabanka buzibaddera na nkabujigoro.
All my children have been vaccinated against polio, and I'm encouraging all other parents to come and have their children vaccinated against polio.
End polio now, reach every child, is the theme for the 3rd round Type 2 polio vaccination campaign being conducted in the 7 provinces of Zambia from the 31st of August to September 3rd, 2023, targeting all children at the age of 8 and below. Nchimunya Nalumpa, Zanis, in Choma District, Southern Province.
Still on polio, but this time in Mongo District, where the Ministry of Health targets to vaccinate over 60,000 children below the age of 8 years against polio. District Commissioner Morgan Akaweswa has called on parents and guardians in the district to ensure all their children aged between 0 and 8 are vaccinated. This year's 3rd round of polio campaign exercise is being commemorated under the theme and polio now reach every child. Let's join Darlington Kabamba with the details.
Government has appealed to parents and guardians to ensure that they open their doors to health personnel during the 4 days polio vaccination exercise in Mongo District. Mongo District Commissioner Morgan Akabesha said this during the launch of round 3 polio vaccination exercise held at Mandanga Market in Mongo District of Western Province.
You bore those children, they are yours, but those are citizens of the Republic of Zambia. This Republic of Zambia mandated to protect the lives of each and every citizen. We want you to open your doors when these caregivers arrive in your homes.
And Mr. Akabesha said the importance of the polio vaccination campaign portrays a significant dimension of human efforts towards the fight against preventable diseases.
This campaign's theme is End Polio Now, Reach Every Child. The importance of this event or campaign is going to portray a significant human effort that is portrayed to unfold the health activities to prevent diseases such as polio. The President of the Republic of Zambia, Hakainde Hichilema, and the New Dawn administration cannot be doubted for the emphatic effort to enhance medical care, providing access to medical or better health care, regardless of the people where they live.
Your presence here is a statement to the fact that we are committed to our shared goal of eradicating this debilitating disease called polio. So we thank you all for being part of the stakeholders to ensure that we eradicate this disease.
Darlington Kawambe reporting for Zanis News in Mongo District, Western Province.
We now take our final break and more stories when we return. Stay tuned.
Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to the most happening game show in the Motherland. My name is EDNA. I am the People's Bay, and this is Pungwa, the game duo. Now on this show, 2 celebrities or 2 influencers compete in a series of games. At the end of it all, somebody gets to walk away with some cool cash, or maybe should I say cool prize moody, which is one time.
It's not the homicide.
It's what?
Let me think again. No, I think I've got this one.
Grocery.
Grocery stores. That's it.
Especially that I'm going to annihilate Mumbai Archie.
Well, were you good? Now my spelling is school. Question, yes or no?
What matters is to not grudge. The question is, could police officer good do?
I'll pocket in cash.
Stop car. Imagine, that's what I'm thinking. Stop her.
It is Pungwa the game duo, and let the celebrity games begin.
And in other news, a fire has destroyed property worth thousands of kwacha in Limulunga district after a shop and 3 houses were gutted to ashes. The inferno is suspected to have been caused by an electrical fault from one of the welding shops. Limulunga District Administrative Officer Fines Chibilika says the district normally experiences rampant fire outbreaks during this period of the year and attributed it to structures made of pore and mud. Details in the following report.
Limulunga residents almost exchanged physical punches with Mongo firefighters after fire allegedly believed to have been caused by an electrical fault burned to ashes 3 houses and 1 grocery store, destroying properties worth thousands of kwacha. This is due to the arrival of the Mungo Fuel Depot fire tender under the Ministry of Energy, which arrived at 12 hours after the inferno started at around 11 hours, raising tempers of the community. According to eyewitnesses, the fire is believed to have been caused by an electrical fault from one of the welding shops.
to muliro kama onyanganyira choronto vibration yayo kone kutemwa toimalati kona na tatuma sparks kona moichezi ndiye
muliro ka efandu ilimu kona utoya kakwanti kona ndo erukomuka kwa moto yaona ye miliro yese ili habeni ngei bateni mwa haimu mota ikotanga nikakafela lifelile.
The Mulunga East Councillor Lubinda Muvita says plans should be put in place to procure a fire tender, noting that the failure to quench the fire cannot be put on the Mongu Fire Department.
It's the Mongu Municipal Council which had to request from the Ministry of Energy, because the one that has just arrived is for Mongu Fuel Depot. So we have to engage the ministry so that they can release it for them to come. So the reaction from the public is genuine. That causes us to make sure that in the near future we procure our own vehicle that can come in very quickly to such kind of incidents.
The Mulunga District Administrative Officer stressed the need for the communities to be taught on how to roof their mud and poor houses with iron sheets to curb the fire accidents.
We need our own fire brigade. Looking at the incident, people are losing their properties. I think it's too high. When you look at the type of houses which is built, they are mud houses. Then thatched to using glass. So it means these are prone to fire in most cases. So I think we need also to teach the community, roof them using iron sheets to lessen the fire incident.
Mulima Stumbeko reporting for Zanis in the Mulunga District, Western Province.
And in sports, Ministry of Youth, Sport and Arts Permanent Secretary in charge of Youth and Sport, Kangwa Chileshe, says there is need to enhance sport development and empowerment of youths in the country. Chileshe said this is why government is using sports as a vehicle for poverty alleviation and employment creation, especially for young people. He said government is working tirelessly to ensure that youths adopt arts and sport to create opportunities for themselves. Speaking at the Chipolopolo and African Legends Games ticket sales launch in Lusaka, Chileshe said sports is a unifying factor that brings people across nations together. Speaking at the same event, King of Africa Head of Operations Lisa Skudev said the Legends game will bring massive economic benefits for Zambia, especially for the tourism sector. Meanwhile, Zamtel Acting Chief Executive Officer Jason Mwanza says the company will continue working with youths in various development ventures.
Zamtel coming on board to support the Legends game. Kudos to you, you deserve a hand of applause. It means the leadership of Zamtel has gotten the pulse of this nation and the pulse of this government, that in order for your businesses to thrive, your business, your clientele predominantly are the youth. I was reading a report that by 2030 something, 2040s, Africa will be the youngest continent in the world.
The Africa Legends game is actually also an embodiment of the theme that we have of coming home, because we are now bringing home the Africa Legends. And this will be actually during the period just after we've had our independence and celebrating our freedom. So as a culmination of that, as we go towards November, we'll be having this Africa Legends game, which also speaks into what what identifies us at Zamtel.
On the 4th of November this year, King of Africa Sports, with the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Arts, brings the people of Zambia the African Legends, who will challenge our Chipolopolo Legends at Hero Stadium. Thank you to Chitu Kampapa Isaac Chona from Chipolopolo. As a Zambian-based business, we could not be more proud of the quality of legends that we will be bringing together from across Africa. The opportunities that this kind of event brings to the economy of Zambia is invaluable.
That sports item brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, let's take another look at the headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema has visited Matero Home for the Aged. Government has allocated 5.9 million kwacha for a modern intercity bus station in Kabwe district. Supply of drugs has normalized in Chavuma district in northwestern province. And Chipolopolo African Legends game ticket sales launched. That is all we had packaged for you on the news. On behalf of the entire news production crew, my name is Henry Himonde. Remember to join us tomorrow again at the same time for another edition. For now, it's goodbye. Story 2.